show where we ignite the fire within you. Today we have a guest who turned his pain and passion into a brand. He will give us a deep dive in his life. Let's welcome our guest. Hi Wayne, let's get started. First question. Can you describe the neighborhood where you grew up? What was it like day to day?
I grew up in the bottom of West Philly, and from day to day, things was like everybody was moving.
Question number two. What are some of your earliest memories of your environment?
My early moments of my environment was everybody stuck together. Everybody, moved at their own pace, and on top of that, really stuck together. To where it was no type of hate or anything.
Question three. How did growing up in the hood shape your mindset and ambitions?
Growing up in the hood shaped my ambitions because I wanted more for myself, not even just for myself, but for people that was around me, others. And I didn't want to be too complacent because once you start being too complacent, you start getting too comfortable. Once you start getting too comfortable, all hell breaks.
Question four. Were there any role models or mentors that influenced you and how?
I really didn't have too many role models or mentors. Everything was just based on survival, like instinct. My gut feeling was telling me what to do, what not to do. It's like I always knew right from wrong. But if I could go back and have role models, or tell that or them people telling me that I had, that experience or that potential, I would have listened more.
Next question five. What were the biggest struggles you faced as a child or teenager?
One of the biggest things or struggles that I've been through as a kid or teenager is I ain't never had mommy and daddy money. Um, it was just like everything was set in place, and everything sometimes everything happens for a reason. I was in foster care, group homes, adolescent shelters, and things like that. And it's just like I wanted to make a way out. Not even I wanted better, but to get better, I had to do better. So it was like it was a tug and pull. It was a tug and pull.
Question six. How did you navigate the dangers of your neighborhood, such as crime and violence?
Me, I ain't have to worry about that. I just mind my business. Whatever didn't pertain to me didn't pertain to me.
Question seven. Did you ever feel pressure to get involved in things you knew weren't right? How did you resist or cope?
Yeah, I was pressured into doing things, but my thing was you couldn't make me do it. If I felt like I was like, okay, well, I needed to do it, then I needed to do it. A lot of pressure. It comes with anybody. I mean, it happens to the best of us sometimes, but you gotta have that strong mindset to push forward, push through. Be like, listen, I know this ain't right. I'm gonna back out. If I want to back out, I'm gonna back out. If I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it. Like, but when it comes down to protecting your peace of mind, that's what you got to do.
Question eight. What was school like for you?
This first school I ever went to was Morton and Michael. I can remember that, and it was a public school down the bottom of West Philly. The thing that I took away from a lot of the public schools is some of the teachers they be like they'll try to coach you, try to hug you and everything like that. But sometimes it's like your parents always say when you come home, you just like even if you didn't learn nothing, you had to learn a little bit of something from school. But see, school for me, it was okay. It was alright. The thing that about school was I had went to a lot of alternative schools once I started being in the group homes and foster care system. And I wasn't the brightest, and math was like my hardest subject. I ain't gonna hold you. Sometimes math be killing me, but it was good. It was good. I had a lot of experiences. I didn't just hang with like the popular kids. I hang with like people that was like the nerds sometimes and everything like that. I scoop something up. They like, yeah, you should. And what's crazy? A lot of people, a lot of the nerds that got bullied in school sometimes. A lot of them came on top than people that I usually hang with. But that's okay because everybody they had their own life to live, and that's cool with it too.
Thoughts good. I see that you are a smart person. Question nine. How did the police treat people in your neighborhood?
Man, the cops treated people like they were nothing, man. I remember being on the front lines back in, I think it was 2020 or 2021 with the George Floyd protests. I remember being on the front lines and being locked up, man. That jail ain't for nobody, man. If I could give my advice to anybody out here, man, it's like, yo, go find you some land, go buy a house, do something, yo. Shit just ain't worth it, man. And the thing that I have against police is I've been beaten before by them. So it's like anything that happened to me, I'm not calling the police for nothing. I don't care about it. I don't want to have no, I don't even want to have show my doorstep. Stay far away from me.
That's good point. And question 10. What was your first step toward breaking the cycle and creating a new path?
What made me want to create a new path for myself was I started to realize, man, that everybody ain't for you, man. Everybody wanted to be hating, or everybody want to be jealous, or the next man want what you got and everything like that. And it's like, it shouldn't be like that. If I want to see myself eat, I want to see you eat too. Like, but everybody not on that. Same people that can pick up a phone and video record some shit to be the same person that's, probably in the back scenes or on the back end trying to manipulate something. And it's crazy because it shouldn't be like here that out in this world. But everybody want to be on top. Everybody want to do this. Everybody want to do that. So I had to break away. I had to get away for a little bit because I know like y'all not gonna really sit here and crucify me for tragedy that I already been through with having a lot of things that just got into me and just like it just really just tumbled me because it's like I never really thought that it was going to be like this. I never really thought it was going to be like that.
I can respect that. And question 11. What sacrifice did you have to make to be where you are today?
Most of the sacrifices I had to make was first giving up the partying lifestyle. I mean, it's okay to go out and treat yourself and everything, and have a little couple of drinks or whatever. But once it starts sacrificing somebody your mental state, you realize that it really ain't worth it. It's not worth it at all. It was situations where I kept digging myself deeper into things, and it was just overthinking, getting into trouble, just basically like. But also, what it taught me a lot. Like a lot of things has humbled me. It's not that somebody forced me, to sacrifice things. It's I had to sacrifice things that wasn't healthy for me. I had to give up a lot, and also I had to lower myself sometimes, and that's okay because a lot of people's situations is where they might think that, oh well, he think he's so full of himself and everything like that. And it was like, I needed to take a step back and see, well, what's a reflection of me, which I need to change in myself to become better.
I felt that question 12. How did it feel where you broke free of the struggles you faced?
When I broke away from the struggles and everything that I've been through, what I can say is I'm never gonna say I'm breaking free because it's always gonna be another obstacle, that's in your path. But it's for you to become, better than the old version of yourself. So every day you learn something new to become a better version. Now, the struggles that I've been through basically is like life lessons. Maybe my lessons are different from everybody's, and that's okay, like I said. But in the beginning, when I was talking about the environment that I grew up in, it's more to it because it was I've seen a lot of generational curses throughout this world that, it's like some people have, and it's just like I had to lower myself to actually understand where people was coming from and to understand that you have to understand people by learn what they're doing to, where they're moving forward to.
I felt that question. 13. What are some lessons you learned from the streets that still stick with you today?
Some lessons that I have learned from the streets and everything like that is always keep your guard up. This world is too small to be beefing with people, and not even just in beefing with people, but it's like friendships, relationships. But it's too small, plus life too short. And it's like once that life is cut short, you can never get anything or anyone back. So cherish one another, show each other the same love, take care of each other.
I felt that question 14. Do you think that society is doing enough to help those trying to escape the cycle of poverty and violence?
I'm gonna say about that question, no. Because the reason why I say that is because a lot of, violence, it derives from poverty. Everybody feels like they gotta be on top of each other. Some people, they even think that they try to have to get one over on somebody, and that's not the case. It's like it's about the upbringing. But like I said, generational curses, like just to bring somebody down, is not the way to go. It's not, and I've seen a lot of it happen. And what I actually have experienced with that was people moving into the neighborhood and they're pushing out everybody from their own homes and things like that. And it's like to tear somebody down just to get on top is not the way to go. You should actually want to see each other succeed. You want to help each other, bring each other up. I mean, you don't have to actually just tear somebody down to the point where why would you want to beat up on somebody that's already their life is already messed up? Like you shouldn't bring nobody down. You should bring them up.
I felt that last question. What are your thoughts on relationships and how do you feel about them?
How I feel about relationships is no problem is bigger than a relationship. You can work things out. You can talk about it. There's always a solution. It's like sometimes if your partner is all the way up there and you're lower than that, sometimes it's not going to be coming. What's the name? But y'all have to be at the same level. Not even in that aspect. It can be either a friendship or it can be, family. Just talk things over, work things out because, like I said, life too short. It can be snatching like you might say something to that person and they might pass away. You can't take that back. It's like y'all need to take care of each other. Take care of each other out here. Be honest with yourself. If you feel like that you need to work on things with yourself, be honest and open up and say that you need to work on something with yourself. If you got you a real one in your corner, then you make sure you stand behind him or her, whatever, regardless. Even if y'all have problems, it can be worked on. But that's all I'm going to say about relationships.
I agree. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. And thank our guest Wayne into his thoughts. And remember, words are powerful to help those that need just a helping hand. Until next time.